HuiLian did it again. These are the brand new V7 HuiLian, the very first high-end AirPods Pro 3 replicas to feature a working heart rate sensor. But are they actually worth buying for the gym? To find out, I invested my own money to buy the actual retail AirPods Pro 3s so we can compare them head to head. An absolute fraction of you watching right now are actually subscribed, so if you enjoy unbiased tech reviews, hit that subscribe button. Let's dive in. We can see that the fake one's box is somewhat quite well replicated this time around. Previous generations of fake boxes still had stickers on them, whereas these ones have all the information printed on the actual box. As any replicas, they will still not be identical to the real ones and most likely will still have mistakes. The box's edges aren't folded quite as neatly, the text print quality is slightly blurry, and overall the scaling is a bit off. However, the pull tabs felt surprisingly amazing this time around. Inside, the paperwork has the correct rounded corners, though it is cut a bit rough. The biggest giveaway, the earbuds themselves are wrapped in clear plastic, whereas Apple uses a much more premium plastic-coated paper wrapper. The ear tip replacement packet also lacks the extruding paper to hold the excess ear tips flush. Both pairs fit in a generic AirPods Pro 3 case and look quite similar, except a few details like grills, hinge, and engraving quality. Now let's talk ANC. This actually blew my mind. I did not expect these replicas to have such good ANC, especially as their Pro 3 counterpart, the V5.4 HuiLian, comes with the same chipset. As a matter of fact, I found them so good that in some cases they even surpassed my authentic AirPods Pro 2s in overall noise attenuation. Take this with a grain of salt, as the authentic AirPods Pro 2s still have better noise attenuation with more unstable sounds like speech or music. I found the V7 HuiLian to be a significant upgrade to the already great V5.3 TB and V5.4 HuiLian, both of these units being quite similar in ANC performance, and better than the V6 HuiLian as well, but in this case the difference is less noticeable. Don't get excited too quick, these still fall behind the AirPods Pro 3s. Unlike ANC, this was pretty disappointing. And I'll show you what I mean with sound samples. Again, take this with a grain of salt, as my setup was quite DIY. It does not reflect their exact sound quality, but rather the sound signature and overall sound quality difference between the earbuds. Despite them having a chipset-bound EQ option that can be tweaked in the Starfin app, I still find that not to be quite on par with the V5.3 TB. It's hard to tell if this is a physical driver limitation or just a poorly optimized EQ in the app, but out of the box, the audio profile lags behind the AirPods Pro 2s, Pro 3s, and V5.3 TB, as well as the V5.4 HuiLian. While transparency mode does exist and does work, it isn't really the best. From my testing, it can be a bit hard to understand people talking with music on, even at lower volumes. These are better than the V6 HuiLian, but are worse than the V5.3 TB. So what about the headlining feature, the heart rate sensor? It actually functions, but its utility for the gym is highly debatable. I took these on a run alongside my Apple Watch to compare data. At lower intensities, it tracks decently well, but the moment my workout got past 140 to 150 BPM, the V7 weren't as accurate as my Apple Watch or real AirPods Pro 3s. Look at these statistics I got after ending my workout. They're quite different. At the end of my run, the V7 stayed at around 64 BPM, while I was actually much higher. I do not know if this is due to sweat or if it's because I reseated them in my ears. Unlike the V7s, the AirPods Pro 3 actually have a good and accurate heart rate sensor, but refreshes less often than my Apple Watch, probably to preserve battery life, as on the V7s. So, is the V7 HuiLian a definitive buy for the fitness crowd? If you just want solid ANC to block out gym music and sounds, and don't mind sacrificing premium sound quality, they're an interesting option. But if you're buying them specifically to track your workouts or to have the best sounding earbuds, the tech isn't just there yet. Let me know in the comments what replicas you want to be reviewed next, and I'll see you in the next one.